Hello, everybody. Sian Burton here, your private practice marketing and growth expert. Today, I want to talk to you about one of the most common questions that I get asked when I'm speaking to people who are inquiring about working with me. That question is, why am I earning less than I was when I was on my own, even though I have a team? It doesn't make any sense. It actually defies what we think of as logic, that we're told if we grow a team, we'll make more money, we'll work less. But actually, the experience most often is the complete opposite. And I'm going to share with you today why that is, but also what you need to do to fix it so that you can start making great money, having the freedom and flexibility that you started your business for, but do so in a way that really aligns with your values and feels good. And I will share an opportunity to work with me for free to figure out how to do that at the end. So let's talk about why this happens. What I see so frequently is that I will speak to people and I will ask them what capacity their team is at currently. And commonly they'll say 60 to 70%. Now, when we were at school, 60 to 70% is really good. Like, that's a good mark on an exam. It's a good mark on a piece of homework. But when it comes to your practice and your profitability, it is terrible. And let me share with you why. If you've got, let's say each team member has the ability to bring in $100,000 of revenue each year. We'll keep it at that amount. It's usually more, but easy numbers. Let's say they can each bring in $100,000 for you and you have 3 of them. If they're working at 70%, 30% of their revenue capability is not coming in. So if they can bring in $100,000 a year for you and they're working at 70%, they're bringing in $70,000 instead of $100,000. That's a $30,000 difference. Now that 70% doesn't sound so good, does it? If you have 3 staff doing that, that's $90,000 of potential revenue that is not being brought into your business because your team are not full. Now, if you have a team of 3 and you're struggling to pay yourself despite working a full caseload, this is why. Because the $100,000 that isn't coming in, not 90, but let's round up, that isn't coming in is your profit. It's your extra salary for all the time and effort you put in. It's what is the cash flow to cover payroll. So I see this a lot where people might be making $30,000, $40,000 a month, but then I really stress about payroll because your team are only just breaking even when you add in the cost of your rent and bills and all those other things that you have to pay. And so you're constantly topping up income, revenue, business funds, let's call it, in order to make everything work, right? And that's why it feels really hard. And it's why you end up making less money than when you're on your own and everything came to you. You know, when you add in rent and admin and taxes and super or 401k or insurance, whatever it is that your overheads are, you need them to be full. And the reason that they're not full is because there's 2 reasons, right? The first is either that you are the fountain of all referrals. So you are the person trying to bring in all referrals. They come to you and you kind of divvy them out. Think of it like a fountain. They come in and you fountain them out to the other team, but it doesn't work all that well because people have been referred to you and they want to see you. Also, as you are really busy trying to have enough clients coming in to fill the team, have enough clients coming in to pay the team, there's not enough of you then to be going out and doing the marketing that brought the referrals in the first place. The numbers actually drop off and the situation kind of gets worse. So that's the first reason I can see sometimes that people aren't full. The other way it can be is that you just don't do any formal marketing at all and you're completely reliant on word of mouth that you have no control over then. So there might have been a time where you were really, really busy and you needed extra team members because you just couldn't see the clients that were coming through the door. But you were relying on word of mouth. And so those word of mouth referrals have dropped off, but now staff and no way of increasing the referrals to fill the team up. So then you can feel quite hopeless, right? Like, comment if this has been your situation where you're like, I have no idea what to do to fill these team members, but I'm paying them and like, I'm just stuck. I don't want to get rid of them because, you know, they're my team and I value them and I don't want to be that person who fires people because I can't figure something out. but I can't figure this out. If that is you and you're like, I am so stuck and everything you've just said makes sense and resonates to where I'm at in my business, and Sian, heck, I want to tap into that $90,000 or whatever it looks like for your business. Next week, I'm going to be hosting my 17th Private Practice Growth Accelerator. I tell you it's my 17th so that you know that this is tried, tested, proven, and I know exactly what I'm doing in it, and it is massive value. I have had people come back to me years later and say, I did your accelerator and I implemented what you taught me, and I've grown my practice from 1 staff member to 4 staff members on what I learned that week, and I just wanted to say thank you. It is that valuable, ladies. Like I can see in the comments on some of the posts, people are like, oh, I did this last year. It was awesome. You should do it. And people are recommending their friends to do it. So if you haven't done it before, definitely come do it. If you have done it before, come do it again. Because what I'm going to be teaching you next week is a marketing approach designed to fill your team to capacity for free. So if you have 2 or more team members, and you're struggling to fill them up to 100% to tap into that full revenue capability, then this is going to be amazing for you. And it's going to teach you how to fill your team so that they have their own referrals coming in. So it's not teaching you for you to generate more referrals. It's teaching you how to teach your team to generate their own. So that if you want to have another baby, you can go and have another baby and the referrals don't stop. If you want to go away for 3 months, you can go away for 3 months and the referrals won't stop. If you want to take on another team member, you can do that because you know you have a process to fill them up to capacity in 12 weeks. And you can confidently make that business decision rather than being like, should I, shouldn't I? What if I can't afford to pay them? What if I bring them on and they're full and then they're not? And all those things that go along with it when you don't have a systematized marketing process. One last thing to say about it. This is not about posting on social media. In fact, I'm going to tell you not to do that. It's not about spending money on advertising. It is not about hustling, and it is not about selling yourself in GP surgeries. Get the word out. It is about a feminine approach to marketing that aligns with your values, feels authentic, and is about building the 3 steps that I know create abundant referrals. They are to connect with your ideal client. So to truly understand who it is you're trying to help and why. To collaborate with other health professionals in the space who work with your ideal client and to build authentic relationships with them. And finally, to build community around your practice. So it isn't just about meeting people once and hoping they'll refer to you. It's about building a community of allied health professionals and other professionals around your clinic who know and trust you and your team and who refer to you on a regular basis. Now, if that feels like something that's much more exciting than anything else you've been taught around marketing and doesn't make you want to vomit or poke your eye out, because they're the 2 things I hear people describe marketing, I'd rather poke my own eye out than do what they told me, or I'd rather vomit than do what I've been taught. If that doesn't make you feel like those things, then the link is in the description to come and join us. You're going to need about maybe an hour a day. You can catch up if you can't be with us every day on time. It's there in a way that is easy to access, but it's very valuable, very implementable in the moment. It is not me pitching to you for a week where you get into the first one, you're like, this is a waste of time. It is high value action steps day by day that will help you build your marketing approach over the course of the week, so that by Friday you leave and you're like, cool, I can implement this and action this, and this is going to work. And it will work because I've seen it with lots and lots of people. So if you would like to join us and you have 2 or more clinicians, use the link above in the description to get yourself registered today. The reason we say 2 or more clinicians is because it is very much geared towards how you work with a team to market the team. If it's just you, there's value in it, but a lot of it won't make sense to you. So if that's you and you're like, okay, well, I really want to fill my caseload and I don't know how to do that, comment below and my team can share a different training, which is much more geared to where you're at, that will help you and be tailored to your challenges. If you have a team, come join us next week. I'll be super excited to see you in there. That's all for me today. I hope that's been helpful, and I hope that understanding that 70% is not the benchmark and it's not good. It's actually really bad for your cash flow and your profitability. 100% is where we want to be. And if you have high cancellations rates, then actually you're trying to get to 105, 110% booking rate so that completed rate sits at 100%. That's a whole nother video to talk about cancellation rates. But the goal is not 70. 70 is not good. If your team are at 70, know that they need to be at 100, and next week you can learn how. I will see you ladies then, hopefully. And thank you for watching my video today.